Looks like we drew an opponent for hole 8 here. It's a par 4 at the Oasis. It's the one that getting to the second fairway can be a bit of a challenge, especially if you don't have an Apocalypse 5. Extra mile here. This guy is going to really need to pound this thing. Now, he's lucky that he didn't get it straight in the face, because that would have made it even worse. But I think he'll probably get it over. He's got to go full. He's got to hit a pretty decent shot. I don't know why he's backing off here. A little confused. Maybe he's just playing the safe shot. I didn't even check to see how much he was top spinning, but looks like he's going for it. I don't know why he did that. I would have recommended full ball, even especially when I don't think I can get it to that second fairway. I try to make sure that I get it so I can always get to the second fairway, but that second hop might not be on the fairway. That's the problem. So I always want that second hop on the fairway. It gives you extra yards. So I'll always try to favor this right side here as much as possible to give myself the best chance. And as you can see, perfect ball. I even have right spin on this to try to counter that. I got it. So even with 8.5 in the face, still got 2 full bounces. That guy would have still made it up had he gone full ball and played it exactly like me. But it would have probably barely crept on. He really was, he was up against it there. So that's one of the biggest disadvantages by using extra mile. Now, for Apocalypse, if you have that club, you need probably at least a 2. Probably Tour 3 would be even better, because I think Tour 3 is when they gave you a little bit more topspin, and that really helps you out. So one of the things I'm going to try from this fairway is usually the rough shot in front of the green. Now, the only way I'm not going to play this shot is if I can't. There's a shot that you can play here, which is more of a full side, a little bit top spin like this, and then full curl it. You can kind of see where my arrow's going. It kind of works out. This is almost 2. It's just a shade shorter than 2 backspin here. And then you got to figure out how much wind, which I'm going to play about here. And you also got to figure out, so I can see where the wind's pointing. I really don't have to add anything here. I just need to kind of hit it, which is nice. It's really helpful when that happens. I need to add just a tiny bit, because as soon as that hits a rough, it just releases. But the one place you can't hit is kind of where I did. And as you can see, it kind of lands just a tad bit shorter than it shows when you're pointing. So it's always best to just add just a tiny bit extra. But it's very marginal amount that you have to add on top of where it's pointing. So one of the things I should have done is just brought it back just a tiny bit beyond where I just did, and I would have been on there no problem. But that's okay. It's not a big deal. So that guy also hit a pretty decent shot there. Just underplayed that wind a little bit. So the biggest thing here would be getting a perfect ball if I was to go ahead and try to make this. I try to keep, especially when I'm close like this, for the most part inside the hole. There's some exceptions, like if this wind was really, really going, which it isn't, which is nice, but more importantly than wind play here is perfect ball. If you don't have a perfect ball, just forget about it. I got my perfect ball. I kept it inside the hole. It's supposed to go in, and it did. But you'll see from time to time again, the green won't respond how the trail did. It's kind of glitches you every once in a while. So that can be a thing that can be a little bit on the annoying end when something like that happens. But you can get a sense of kind of how to play that hole, even though I didn't quite execute it. Still able to get the birdie. If you hit that rough like I was shooting for it, one in between 1 and 2 backspin, it just releases right to the hole. I mean, literally right next to the hole. So all you have to do is figure out the wind. It tends to hop a little bit to the left, so I try to make it land just to the right of the hole, and it just releases right at it.